Hey everybody, welcome back to BobkeTV stage number 10 of the Vuelta. A brilliant affair it was. Matteo Trentin, oh baby. We've had one legitimate field sprint in the Vuelta, and Matteo Trentin won that against the whole field. So the chances of him winning a two-up sprint on a flat road are pretty good. He did a brilliant climb up the final category one, the Collado Bermejo, tough climb, but a very technical descent. We'll get to that in a moment. I love Matteo Trentin. I'm not sure if it's his English to Flemish to, Italian. He's an Italian. Italian to Flemish to English. Flemish intonation. English words filtered through a native Italian speaker. Brilliant language skills.
And actually was good for me having Rojas in the front group because he was really good going down. I just follow him, and to be honest, when he was really pushing, that I'm a good downer, I think, but I was a bit in trouble to follow him. So we could distance all the other guy downer, and then okay, it was two-man sprint.
There's no way I could do that. I could do two languages simultaneously, but three, whew, that's a whole nother level. Or his tactical nous, finding the breakaway on a stage that he had earmarked before the Vuelta even started as one he could potentially win. That's impressive for a sprinter to think that they could get in the breakaway, that the tactical situation would work out, that the breakaway would not be chased, which was not the case the day before the rest day on stage number 9 when Cannondale got some very bad news, went to the front. More on that in a moment also. And then tap out the rhythm at the front of some very good climbers on a Category 1 climb. Marc Soler was in that group. Luis Leon Sanchez was in that group. A lot of very powerful cyclists. JJ Rojas. And it was just a spectacular piece of riding by Matteo Trentin, who, by the way, will change teams at the end of the year. He'll be racing for Orica next year. Orica, one of my favorite teams in professional cycling also, and they'll have another incredible athlete on their roster next year. Oddly enough, Quickstep was in a similar situation that Cannondale finds itself in now. Much earlier in the year, the team manager, Patrick Lefebvre of Quickstep, was able to find a sponsor, but there were no guaranteed contracts. And so I think that might have had something to do with Matteo Trentin changing teams when he had the chance, just to make sure. Don't be surprised if he's back on Quickstep in a couple of years, if that's how it works out. For the GC guys, I didn't think it would be a big shakeout in the GC. Vincenzo Nibali did a pretty hair-raising, scintillating descent. He said because of the debris in the road, he didn't really go flat out on the descent. But Nicolas Roche most certainly did. He got about 30 seconds back on Froome and barely missed moving into second place ahead of Esteban Chavez. He started in third, finished in third, but much closer to second place. My question is, well, I've got two questions. How many stage wins will Quickstep have at the Vuelta? They've got 4 so far. They had 5 in the Giro, 5 in the Tour. And I'm going to say 7. There's 2 more sprint stages. Trentin and the team theoretically will chase down the brakes and give him another chance for a stage win on Friday and the last day of the race. And such an incredible roster, I wouldn't be surprised if they got another one. Or 2 more along the way. So I'm going to say 7. What do you guys think? And the other question is, what position will Nico Roche finish in at the end of the Vuelta? I have a feeling that he's going to struggle in the high mountains. He looks to be strong enough to finish in the top 10, but podium I think is a little bit beyond his grasp, and tomorrow will tell the tale. If he loses any time tomorrow to Chavez, Nibali, TJ, and it's a mountaintop finish, a very tough climb to finish off tomorrow, stage number 11, the Alto Caler, I believe. It's a astronomical observatory. Is that the right word? Astronomical? It doesn't sound right. Let's just say it's an observatory where 100 plus planets have been identified. As far as my research can show, the most recent one being in 2004. So, and obviously, observatories are on the top of very tall mountains. So, another big shakeout for the GC tomorrow. I'm going to stick with Chavez and Nibali on the podium. TJ in the top 5, and Nico Roche just hovering around the top 10. What do you guys think? Let me know. And please go to the comment section to comment. So, big mountain stage tomorrow, medium mountain stage on Thursday, sprint stage on Friday, and 2 grizzly mountains on the weekend, as is wont in the Grand Tours. Then another rest day, and everybody's destiny, rendezvous with destiny, the long, flat, individual 40-kilometer time trial. Chris Froome, if he doesn't fall apart between now and then, is going to have a big lead going into the last week of the Vuelta. Let's do this also. Another question. Let's say things stay pretty similar to what they are now. How much time does Chris Froome have on his rivals at the end of the time trial? And if he is behind, how much time will he get back on his rival? All right, everybody. Until tomorrow.